Hello MotoGP fans, welcome back to ZNGP today. Fresh off a season best P4 in Aragon, Pedro Acosta is again at the center of MotoGP's most electric transfer speculation. With KTM still lagging behind Ducati's race pace, rumors continue to link the Spanish sensation with the 2026 VR46 switch. Post-race in Aragon, the podium trio, Marc Márquez, Alex Marquez, and Pecco Bagnaia, were all asked the same question: what would Acosta be capable of on a Ducati? Silverstone delivered relief and reward for Marco Bezzecchi and Aprilia, a long-awaited first win of 2025. But behind the victory photos and podium champagne lies growing tension in Noale. With reigning champion Jorge Martin yet to complete a race, and actively seeking an exit, Bezzecchi admits the situation has created a difficult atmosphere inside the garage. In a paddock obsessed with results, Yamaha test rider Augusto Fernandez offered a different perspective after a challenging Grand Prix weekend in Aragon. Despite finishing outside the spotlight, the Spaniard emphasized the behind-the-scenes development underway within Yamaha, a methodical rebuild he insists is starting to pay off. After seasons of frustration and fading results, Honda's MotoGP revival is finally becoming tangible. From Marc Márquez's dramatic exit to Johann Zarco's emotional win at Le Mans, the whole squad is rewriting its narrative. And according to analysts and insiders, the tide may be turning quicker than anyone expected. Don't forget to click subscribe button and the bell icon for MotoGP news update. Aragon winner Marc Márquez pulled no punches when asked about Acosta's ceiling if he were to jump ship to a Ducati. While careful not to predict exact results, his belief in Acosta's raw speed is unequivocal. "I don't know. Better than KTM? Yes. Acosta is a super talented rider. He showed it in the previous categories and he's showing it right now. Today he did an incredible race." Marc Márquez's statement. From one generational talent to another, this wasn't flattery, it was recognition. Acosta's early race fight with Bagnaia turned heads, including Marc's. And if anyone knows what it's like to outgrow a factory bike, it's the number 93. Runner-up Alex Marquez agreed on Acosta's speed, but offered a layer of nuance. Switching bikes isn't always plug-and-play, and the Desmosedici has a learning curve of its own. Until the point that you are on a bike, you don't know what you are able to do. For sure, he will be super fast with the Ducati, but how much, we don't know. Alex Marquez's statement. Alex speaks from experience. Transitioning from Honda to Ducati wasn't instant success. Acosta might gain performance on paper, but adapting to Ducati's braking and turning philosophy is no small feat. Pecco Bagnaia, who battled Acosta wheel-to-wheel on Sunday, didn't hesitate. Give Pedro the red bike, and he's immediately a contender. Fighting for podiums and competitive. We all know the potential of Pedro. Maybe KTM right now is not as competitive. So for sure, better than with the KTM. Pecco Bagnaia's statement. There's no hesitancy in Pecco's answer. He's seen enough. And unlike other hypotheticals, this one feels real. Ducati has an opening at VR46. Acosta has options. And results like Aragon show he's outgrowing the KTM learning curve. Though not quoted directly, Acosta's frustration with KTM's performance gap is well documented. While KTM's future is backed by Indian investment, their immediate results remain shaky, and Acosta, already KTM's top performer, has 5 podiums in a rookie year that's felt like a slow burn. Pedro's talent is no longer the question. The question is, can KTM match his timeline? With riders like Vinales getting penalized for tire pressures and development steps still trailing Ducati's pace, the long-term fit is under scrutiny, especially if VR46 and Ducati can offer a clearer path to the front. 3 podium finishers. One shared opinion: put Pedro Acosta on a Ducati, and he becomes a weekly threat. Marc sees raw speed. Alex sees potential with caveats. Pecco sees podiums. The paddock buzz around Acosta's next move is growing louder, and if Aragon was an audition, he passed with flair. 2026 could be the year the shark gets new fins, painted in red. Speaking to TNT Sports at Aragon, Bezzecchi didn't downplay the impact of the Martin uncertainty, but made clear he's staying out of it. It's, of course, a difficult situation for the whole team. I would like the mood to continue to be the same as it was. But regarding myself, I have no comment. It is not my business. Marco Bezzecchi's statement. Bezzecchi is trying to ride above the politics. But there's no hiding that Martin's unresolved status casts a shadow. The team expected to build a title project around him. Instead, they're managing rehab updates and contract exit clauses. In Jorge Martin's absence, it's been Bezzecchi doing the heavy lifting. And Silverstone was the payoff. Aprilia's first win, and podium, of the season, after a roller coaster year of setbacks. It's significant for me. I really gave my all. Even if it was tough for me, I didn't want to show any setbacks. I wanted to give strength to the people working for us. With no clear leadership in the team due to Martin's absence, Bezzecchi stepped up as de facto captain. His win didn't just boost the standings. It re-energized the crew facing internal strain and external skepticism. Aprilia is still very much in transition. Bezzecchi acknowledges that Silverstone wasn't a fix-all, but rather a foundation. We will face other tough times. We are in a process building performance. We will work, even more than at Silverstone, to confirm ourselves. The team's direction is split, one side climbing forward, Bezzecchi, the other side in limbo, Martin. Bezzecchi followed up his Silverstone high with a tough Aragon, qualifying 20th, but salvaging 2 8th-place finishes and a strong showing at the Monday test. It's a sign of effort, if not yet consistency. Martin, the 2024 world champion, is still sidelined, yet to start a single race for Aprilia. After multiple injuries and a recovery process that continues without a fixed timeline, he's already activated a contractual clause to seek a 2026 exit. It's unprecedented, a MotoGP champion joining a factory and walking before lap 1. Martin still hopes to return for a test before the summer break, but his commitment appears to be waning as other teams look ahead to 2026. Bezzecchi gave Aprilia their first win of 2025, and maybe more importantly, a morale lifeline. But with Martin's departure now more, Fernandez's weekend was marked not by lap charts or top 10 results, but by critical development work. While he acknowledged a tough outing, including a crash in warm-up and a slow start to the race, the priority was never purely competition. After all, I'm a test rider. I had to finish the race and gather all the data from every lap, Augusto Fernandez said. That dedication to long-run consistency and data collection underlines Yamaha's strategy. Gather real-world race data from a live environment, even if it means sacrificing short-term pace. Fernandez said the team selected a few preferred parts from earlier testing and used them throughout the race, highlighting how feedback loops are being integrated from track to factory. Though early laps were difficult, Augusto's race ended on a high note. The last lap was my fastest. By the end of the race, I was quite happy. I managed to go fast and comfortably, Augusto Fernandez added. His remarks show that while the M1 remains sensitive to grip and fuel load, still a lingering issue in Yamaha's architecture, there are phases where the package works, especially in low fuel conditions. Identifying and extending those windows is a core target of current testing. The rider admitted that the team left Aragon without a breakthrough setup, but that wasn't necessarily a failure. It hasn't been very positive because, as you can see from the results, we haven't turned the weekend around. But we keep ruling things out. I think we've improved the package a lot since we started the season. In the world of MotoGP, ruling things out is often as valuable as finding silver bullets. Fernandez has played a key role in narrowing down Yamaha's geometry and setup options, a tedious but crucial phase in the development curve. The litmus test for any development rider is matching factory pace. That's exactly where Augusto sees value in his work. Testing things at the same pace as the factory riders is a good filter. If you're 2 seconds slower, it's a different bike. By staying close to the pace of Fabio Quartararo and Alex Rins, Fernandez ensures that his feedback has real development relevance, rather than being skewed by pace differentials. It's a statement of both progress and personal accountability. Results may not reflect it yet, but Augusto Fernandez is clear: Yamaha is building something, piece by piece. And while the MotoGP world waits for a public revival, Yamaha's test team is laying the foundation, quietly, patiently, and deliberately. Something good is building, Fernandez says. And I think it will come to us. Speaking on TNT Sports, Michael Laverty pointed to tangible progress within the Honda camp, not just incremental steps, but major leaps in development. The improvements have been big, not just gradual. What we've seen from Zarco, Mir and now Marini, they've got a feeling at the front. Michael Laverty's statement. For a brand that once ruled MotoGP, that feeling had long vanished. But now, with new personnel, updated parts, and the benefit of MotoGP's concession system, Honda finally seems to be stringing together a competitive package. Few riders have embodied Honda's struggles more starkly than Joan Mir. The 2020 world champion endured 2 seasons of deep frustration. But last weekend in Aragon, a different Mir emerged, one in control, comfortable, and competitive. He looked good, he looked comfortable on the bike. Behind Di Gia on a Ducati, and the Honda looked as good, Neil Hodgson said. That kind of visual parity with Ducati, long considered the grid's gold standard, is more than encouraging. It suggests that Honda's chassis and feel are back, with only the final punch of acceleration missing. The gap that remains, according to Hodgson, is largely in acceleration. But with concessions in hand and a new spec engine reportedly under wraps, the final pieces are falling into place. Ducati's stranglehold on corner exit speed and straight-line power has been a defining feature of the modern era. If Honda can close that gap, even slightly, its full package could make it a serious contender once again. The buzz around Honda's revival isn't limited to lap times. Rider interest is peaking too. Jorge Martin is rumored to favor Honda if he leaves Aprilia, and with Luca Marini's contract ending in 2025, the factory seat has become one of the hottest properties on the grid. That's a radical shift from just a year ago, when the Honda RC213V was widely seen as a career killer. Now it's a chance, perhaps the chance, for elite riders to shape a new legacy. It wasn't long ago that Honda looked lost, adrift in the post-Marquez era. But under the radar, the team has rebuilt, quietly, methodically, and with purpose. If the next spec engine delivers as expected, the once dominant Japanese giant may soon go from rebuilding to challenging. The paddock knows it too, it won't take long. Thanks for watching ZNGP today, and this is your MotoGP news update. And see you next time!